Okay. I'll entertain a motion to open the meeting.
So moved. Second.
Okay. Well, we'll begin the meeting with public forum. Public forum is a chance for any members of the student body to address the Senate or faculty to address the Senate on issues on the docket or issues they have with the school. Are there any students here to address the Senate in public forum? Just address yourself, introduce yourself, and then you have a couple minutes.
My name is Ryan Lacey. I'm here on behalf of the IFC to address any concerns that you have or may have with the budget requested for the open events for Greek Week this year. These events are open to all of campus and not going to any charitable organizations.
Are there any other students here for public forum? Yes.
Hi, I'm Francine Yeba, treasurer of FAST. I'm just here to talk about the additional funding request that we put in for our fine, or for our conference for the semester. We need additional funding for the summer.
All right. Any other students here for public forum? All right. Seeing none, we'll move now to reports. Speaker of the Senate report. So this Wednesday is the alumni distinction event that the alumni office is running. If any of you are interested in going, please RSVP. It doesn't cost anything. They just need to know how much food and stuff to get. So it's on the SLN. I sent it out to your listserv, all the listservs. You should have it by now. If you're interested, please just fill it out. Go. It's free. They're all women. They're all successful women from Stevens, alumni from since like 2000 to now. So they're recent graduates. Yeah, it should be a really cool event. That's all I have. Okay, we'll move down to cabinet report. President.
I sent you guys an email a couple times about housing for the retreat. Even though elections are coming up and you may or may not keep your seat, just fill it out anyway. I'm sure you guys will graduate votes. Just fill it out. I think about half the cabinets filled it out. I'll send it out again. I meant Senate. And then Senate nominations are open the 31st of March. You have to get all your signatures again to go through the process. And then the budget meeting's on April 13th. And I'll be sending out a poll for what kind of food you guys want to eat.
Vice President report.
Along with the budget meeting on April 13th, most of you know it's Accepted Students Day, so there's going to be a club fair. So if any of you want to help out at the SGA table, just come see me after the meeting. Also, be wary of your attendance. We have quite a few people with 2.5 and 3 absences after tonight, so just be careful.
Chairman of the Committee on Student Interests.
So just a reminder that Kristen made aliases for the subcommittee heads. So now you can email like the subcommittee. I don't know, like for example, it'd be like special interests at SGA or .SGA at Stevens, and that'll go to the subcommittee head directly. So you can tell your subcommittees about those. Also, the unified elections for RSOs nominations start tomorrow, so you might want to tell them that. And then the elections are a week after that, starting the 23rd. And another reminder, budgets are due March 30th. I'm going to send out an email to subcommittee heads and everyone, but we haven't got a single budget in yet, so tell them about that. We need those. That's very vital. So, I mean, yeah, just relay that message to your subcommittee heads, or subcommittees. That's it.
Treasury report.
No report.
Where are we at right now, money-wise?
80.
Okay. Secretary report.
Dollars.
All right, we'll move now to Committee on Student Interest. No, sorry, Committee reports. Academic Affairs. We have a pretty awesome event coming up, Student Faculty Bowling League. There's lots of room left though, so I don't think most of you have signed up yet. I'm a little concerned about that. You all should be bowling. It's Friday nights from like 4 to 7. You can get out, do stuff, maybe bring the faculty with you. That's totally up to you. Don't tell me. Yeah, so we have a lot of room left for students and couples for faculty. So if you're interested, the form went out. If you need it, just ask me for it. I'll give it to you again. It's definitely worth signing up for. There's pizza. You guys paid for it, so you should definitely be there. There's only like 2 of you going. It doesn't make sense. You guys have to be free on Friday. You have to be. Okay, we'll continue now to accountability.
We're looking into storage space for clubs in order to keep better track of the SGA owned equipment that they use. But we'll bring that up in discussion and kind of go over that.
Yeah, we are doing discussion today, guys, so just keep that in mind. Okay, we'll move down to campus life. Any report or absence? No? Okay, we'll keep going. Constitutional bylaws. There he is.
No report.
Public relations.
I'd like to get the ball rolling on the things we talked about in the last meeting. So if my committee can stick around today and anybody else who is interested for a few minutes after.
we're doing breakout, so.
Oh, we're doing
Yeah, you're gonna
breakout?
have time in the meeting.
Perfect.
Okay, speaker committee, tailgate committee.
Our first tailgate is this Wednesday, 19th, 4 o'clock, 4 p.m., girls lacrosse. Actually, I guess the tailgate's gonna start right before that, so either 3 or 3:30. And we're going to email the club that is selected after this, like, this evening. Like, we don't know which one it is yet.
All right. Committee on Student Interest Subcommittee reports, Ethnic Student Council. Any report in his absence? Where is he? He's not here. Seeing none, we'll move on. Professional societies, any report in his absence? Okay, we'll move on. Media board. Special Interest Committee, Council.
We have a meeting on next Tuesday at 5 p.m.
Club Sports Council. Arts and Music.
We have a meeting next Thursday at 3. Question about Accept Students Day. As far as like the table stuff goes.
Registration will be going on next week for that. It'll be-
So, and then, can we review the dates for unified elections since?
Yeah, so nominations start Monday, March 17th. The elections are Sunday, March 23rd, and the elections end Saturday, March 29th. No problem.
Recreation. No report in their absence, right?
Oh, no.
There you
Here.
are.
Sorry, I was writing those dates down. There's a meeting on the 27th at 8.
All right, now we'll entertain old business. I'll entertain a motion. John?
Move to approve minutes from March 2nd.
There they are. This is the attendance now. Do you know? Vote to purchase. Oh, I said that. Look at that. I'll turn a motion for the previous question. Does anybody have
moved.
anything? Okay. All those in favor of moving the previous question, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All those in favor of approving the minutes from the March 2nd Senate meeting, please say aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. We'll continue now with new business. Here we go. Devon would like to make the first motion.
I move to approve the off-center additional funding request.
Give it a second. Here we go. Discussion. $80 for physical plant to install the stage, Hayden Lounge for their performance. Did it say when their performance is? No, that's fine. They had it already? Well, we're gonna have discussion on this then. So discussion on it. Devon, you did make the motion, so you can you get to begin discussion.
Yeah, so this was the stage that they used for an improv show that they just had, and physical plant had put together, and they were aware that was going to be an additional cost. So
Continue discussion. John.
Who's the previous question?
All right, so if you guys don't all vote unanimous for this because the discussion was less than 5 minutes, you can continue discussion, just to let you know. All those in favor of moving the previous question, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, motion passes. We'll continue. Move the previous question. All those in favor of approving the additional funding request by Off Center for $80 for physical plant charges, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Okay, we'll continue now with new business. Anyway, Matt,
Motion to approve the IFC additional funding request.
move on that one. We have a second. Okay, as it stands, $5,340. Please open this up. We shouldn't scroll up and down it. If you have your computers or device, have it up to look at. There's a lot of money. We'll continue with discussion. Matt, you brought up to speak first. Anything to add? All right, we'll continue with discussion. We are 80 grand in the clear at the moment, just for clarification. That's for the semester, not for the year or something like that, just so you know. Continue discussion on this. Any questions? We do have a representative in the room. There's 3 events on it: the block party, the community service event, and just 2, right?
Gym games and cardboard.
Oh, the boat race and gym meeting. So 4 events on it. Open to all campus. None of it going to community, going to nonprofits. So discussion on this budget. Matt.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor of moving the previous question, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All those in favor of approving the additional funding request for the IFC for their Greek Week event, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. We'll continue with new business.
To approve
Okay.
the Philippine, oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, jump first. We got a second.
There we go.
So fast budget as it stands, $676 for 2 additional hotel rooms, $169 a night, 2 nights. Description again, I'll bring it up. So discussion on this motion. Sean?
Ed, can you pull up how much how much has already been approved for this?
Yes.
I think? Yeah.
Sure, give me 1 second. All right, so we'll continue discussion while that gets clarified by the cabinet. Continue discussion. We'll do clarification from the cabinet. Ed?
We've already approved $1,440 for the conference.
For how many people?
It says for 20 at $20 a piece, and then hotel and travel expenses for $52 for 20 people. So they're asking for 2 more.
Do you read the number we gave them already?
Sorry?
The number we gave them already?
1,440.
So we're about $74 out there right now. If that ever more zeros at the end for you to interpret as you get. Continue discussion on this. Matt,
It would put us over our guideline, correct me if I'm wrong.
for them on their event,
Yeah.
do you have clarification from anybody who, it is just a guideline though, so.
Yeah, no, I'm just bringing it up.
Continue discussion.
The
What?
guideline is what, 10 per? It's-
85.75 per person, according to him.
For registration and registration and then housing and transportation are usually put under one. So if you double 85.75 multiplied by 20.
Oh, Don, I'm sorry then.
Yeah, it's for both. It's 85 per each part of it.
Continue discussion, Devon?
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say that, it's my understanding that the guideline exists so that we don't go over budget.
Yeah.
And we're in a situation where now we're budgeting leftover money that we have, so I think it's safe to avoid to ignore the guideline.
Continue discussion. Mike?
I agree with Devon. Move to the
Yeah,
question.
forget what I said.
Second.
All those in favor of moving through discussion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All those in favor of approving the additional funding request by TAS for 2 hotel rooms on their trip, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Say nay. All right, seeing none, we'll move forward. Motion passes. Where's the little mouse guy? There it is. Okay. Items on the table, none. Any other new business? Anything that's on the docket we want to discuss, bring up? Cabinet, was there anything that didn't make the docket? No, okay, we'll move now. Seeing none, we'll go now to discussion. Are there any discussion items you guys want to discuss before we do committee breakouts? What? Yeah, we're doing committee breakouts every other meeting. There's a combo meeting, both. All right, so no one has any discussion items before breakout. We'll break out to committees. So committee heads, please stand up, spread out, and then please move to your respective committees.
I like came straight from
We can just stare at it. That's what it is.
Do you want this to
I'll stop the shot.
Got those swipes now.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be short term.
Yeah, it's 2 years, but that's all we got. So what is you look at yeah, that thing that we
I mean, ideally, you
You're gonna stick around?
Sunday night, everybody's hang out. Baby's making a move. Baby's making a move. Well, she hair
I was so. It was fun to look at.
We called that already. Yeah, it was kind of
Because I'm resisting. I'll call it now. It's not bad. Yeah. I was carrying the bags.
everybody was here.
But we can leave some hope. How's it going? We kind of open up
Oh, college little.
We tried to do teams last year, but then
Like the procedures, not specifically defined in the Constitution, shall be adopted
It's like, oh, like 95. I'm like,
pictures of her in a bikini just laying by the beach.
He said, Ryan said I would put emails and then kept putting these names.
I want to read
oh my god.
That's what I don't want to do. I don't want to
Hey, I don't know yet. We have to figure it out.
It's a statue, it's a smaller version of a water fountain.
All it does is define quality.
once
Yeah.
any change goes into executive board,
The question is though, like, so that's not I don't want to be like,
They go out there. They just submit their nominations to all us out. And we'll approve them and then they have one election. Does that make sense? Alright.
Oh my gosh, you know what all the other I didn't know which team you like. It's great. They're all probably the same. One
Oh, I can only imagine. It was so funny, so my dad was talking about how much he loves, like, so I was like, and I was like, oh, she's like, watch it together. And we watched, no, oh my god. No, we started watching the first episode, so like, how much sex is in it. I've never watched this with my father ever
Alright guys, we give you 2 minutes warning. So give us guys 2 minutes, we're bringing it together to wrap up discussion, be prepared for your report.
Prepare yourself. No, we want we're hoping they only won, right? I just feel like with my meetings.
Oh, that's yeah, we have to make a mission statement. I don't have a we'll make it on that. Oh, the first one schedule meeting. Like, why would you
I can show you what it is. Are you aware that it's that it's like started by Christian.
No, it didn't stop.
Oh, that photo, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Carl, why wouldn't you fill it out? I don't know why. I'm not filling it out. That photo on picture. It's probably taken out. I'm not filling it
All right, guys, we're gonna go back together now. We're gonna get back to the seats. All right, guys, we're gonna come back together for discussion. There was a discussion item though, so we're gonna do that after. All right. Everybody good? Everybody good? Everyone together? You guys, was that productive? Right? You want to get some nods? Just a couple? That's fine. All right. So we'll move now back to committee reports as part of discussion. Academic affairs, our breakout discussion, get an update from SGA.
Bowling's going well. So, as we discussed last time, we want to use these breakouts not to really, because the SFA kind of takes care of events and stuff like that, so we're going to use our time to focus on like initiatives. One that we're focusing on is getting involved in the Cal curriculum and engineering experience. So we're going to try to use that as like an introduction to college. For freshmen, student organizations can come in and talk about what they're doing. Professors can come in and discuss research opportunities. So where that's at, right now, we have a couple points of contact that we're going to go to, schedule a meeting. So that probably won't happen immediately, so we're going to have some time to prepare a document and present maybe like a 5-hour edition of the curriculum, or possibly modules that they can add at their choosing. And then some other initiatives we talked about were study spaces and having better faculty advisors for RSOs. And that's it.
Okay, we'll continue now with accountability breakout discussion.
We were mostly looking at club management of SGA property. So we're going to be working with the cabinet on giving them some designated space, most likely in the basement of Jacobus, and then also reinstituting the practice of taking inventory at the end of each semester. So those are kind of two solutions that we're looking at right now. I'm going to be looking.
All right, we'll go to Campus Life. Any update from the committee? You guys met. What did you
We found out, we finally got the last of the water fountains from last semester confirmed put in. They're still turning the power on. We put in a work order for that. The rest of things, Jacobus, we're going to talk with Dan Galvin, and then those should get settled fairly soon.
All right, with the public relations.
So Katie's going to be starting up the Google Calendar. If you're a subcommittee head, if you could do your best to get some kind of list of your subcommittee's events, it should only be a couple per organization. So try to do your best to see if you can get all the subcommittee events into like a sheet and then send that to, I guess, pr.sga@stevens.edu. Quick question, actually, Kristen, who does those aliases go to?
You?
Just me? Cool. So yeah, do that.
But you can add more. You can send a request in IT to get more if you want more people to get it.
Cool. So pr.sga@stevens.edu. If you're a subcommittee head, try to get a list of all your events for the semester. Other than that, we kind of set up a schedule of who's going to be writing the article and astute. We're going to just summarize the events for that week that are coming up, as well as what happened in the SGA meeting. If there's anything else you guys would like to see in that article every week, let me know. We're tossing around the idea of doing slushies with the SGA, something that's done at another school where once a semester we just go, we don't exactly have needs to get a slushie machine or anything like that, so it could just be going somewhere like Rita's and saying, if you come, give us an idea of how to fix something, the SGA will pay for your slushie.
You probably do have means to get a slushie machine though, that's what you wanted.
CLC?
I think you can find some. We're 74 in the black and the whatever colors. I'm not a finance guy.
We do have a snow cone machine somewhere.
We do have it somewhere.
That's a game changer.
Well, that's why we need to know where it is.
I'm pretty sure it's in the Burchard 118 back closet.
There's probably a popcorn machine there too.
Yeah.
There is a popcorn machine there.
So,
Talk about that, right?
we're going to look into doing popcorn and slushies with the SGA.
Like that.
All right, continue discussion. You have a question about this report? Go ahead.
Yeah, for the subcommittees, do you just want like the title of the event, or do you want like a company?
Just a title, date, and I guess a little bit of a description and time.
You know what we need to do? We need to get you on the SLN form.
I know, we were looking at it, but it's not at all complete.
What, date, time, location?
What do you, like, are you talking about the SLN? What do you mean?
When you submit an ad in the SLN,
Oh, yeah,
you have to give all the information.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk to publicity, well, soon like now, it used to be publicity back in the day, but we can talk to them and see if they can list you on the, put you on the list so you can see them, you know? Because that'll have all the information.
Yeah.
Alright.
But not necessarily for every event.
Well, whoever submits a SLN ad,
Yeah.
that'll be a limiting factor, yeah.
Yeah. I just figured it'd be better to do it with the subcommittees. But, also CLC is gonna be taking care of the water fountain plaques.
They're paying for them?
Yeah. The little, like,
Brought to you by the
provided
SGA.
Yeah. Talk to Sarah or Brian or
I don't know how, alright.
Isn't all this information in this link?
Yeah, but no, they're gonna make a Google account to subscribe to because Student Line's not doing it. That's what they're gonna do.
Because the one on DuckSync isn't at all complete.
And it's, you can't sync it and stuff.
So you can just wait till the link comes out.
Yeah, you could, but he's saying that what if a club doesn't put an ad in the Slim?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna tell her something.
Also, a lot of people don't read it.
Yeah,
What are
so
you
Google
talking
account
about?
Let's
yeah.
not promote that kind of attitude.
Yeah.
I do personally.
I get lots of people sign up from it. I read that thing. And he reads that thing.
I mean, if you want to know what's going on, yeah, read it.
Alright, we'll continue discussion. Any more for publicity?
Yeah, makes sense.
Alright, we're gonna continue, guys, come on, get it together. Alright, we'll move now to, speaker committee.
Yeah, well, I just had a solid meeting by myself, so
That's
that's
good. If anybody's interested in joining your committee.
Yeah, I want to talk to Chris for like 2 seconds. But basically, my plan right now is to send a survey out to just campus and try to encourage people to answer, because I know it's kind of hard to get them to, but with like different categories for the type of speakers they'd want to see, so that's a little easier to narrow down. So I'm not just going through and saying like this speaker, like focusing on a topic that people would want in general. And I found some good websites, so I'm gonna make some calls this week and kind of see the price range for the type of speaker we're looking for.
Cool. And tailgate.
So this Wednesday, it will be the Stevens Dramatic Society putting on a tailgate, and it's gonna be really good because they're also gonna be promoting the play, which is the third, Mike, right?
Third, fourth, fifth.
Third, fourth, and fifth of April.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's gonna be really, yeah, it's gonna be really good. So everybody go to that 4 o'clock.
Alright, so those are all the committees, those are all the reports. Now we'll move to items that were already, well, oh, Constitution Policy, did I skip over over that? I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Constitution Policy, I'm sorry.
It's okay. We looked, we were gonna go over, we were gonna try and do a bylaw change, but we recently got a constitution from Habitat for Humanity who wants to become an RSO. We briefly looked over their constitution, made some comments, and replied back to them. And we're gonna try and have them maybe send a representative at our next meeting so things can go a little smoother for that. And that's pretty much it.
Alright, so does anybody have any questions about any of the reports? We'll do that first. Anybody? See discussion items on that? So now we'll move to discussion items that are already on the docket, which were the retreat. So does the cabinet want to clarify this, explain where they're already at with the retreat?
So the reason why we brought this up is we just anyone who's done it in the past, if you have any suggestions, what you did like, what you didn't like. The plan right now is to have, to do something on Friday night. We're thinking kind of,
Spooky Town?
yeah, I'm sorry.
No.
No Scary Town because
That
we're
was
gonna
fun.
cry.
No Scary Town?
No Scary Town.
That guy like you. I can't wait.
Yeah, so we have a list of things and we'll send out a doodle for you guys to fill out. So Friday's gonna be a planned activity. Saturday, nothing really planned for the nighttime. Saturday during the day, we're gonna have presentations and little things to like get each other to know each other better. And we're gonna have probably a small session maybe. So really, if there's like anything you guys liked about last year that you want to see again, or something you didn't like that you don't want to see again, just let us know.
Scott, we're just open discussion. We can talk about it now. So, Sean, go ahead.
One of the things I thought we've done the last couple of years that I haven't thought was the most productive was having like an actual Senate meeting at the end of the retreat. Just because it's not really a fair penalty to the senators who are just plain not here, and it penalizes them when, you know, we want them to come during, they're expected to come during the semester, where it's penalizing them if they just can't make it to the retreat. And on top of that, if we want to get any business done, organization representatives are not here, they're not, and again, it's unfair to expect them to come to some random meeting in the middle of the summer. So I would be more on board with not having so like talking about ideas going for the semester, but not necessarily having a meeting that counts for attendance, that we have like a docket and stuff like that for, or at the tail end of the retreat.
We're going to Dave for clarification first.
What you just said to me.
No, it doesn't count for attendance.
Yeah.
It's during a reduced.
We had agreed upon that at the beginning of the semester.
I think
Did we?
it's changed.
Because the wording of the Constitution is that it's attendance counts by academic semester, and that doesn't fall.
Okay, yeah, because I remember last year when we were talking about.
We used to count it.
Counted as
Used to count.
missed attendance.
I mean, the reason why it was counted is so senators go. I mean, there's a lot to do, so if you're a senator, you should want to go. That's the reason why.
Okay, well, I mean, for the second point though, there's not too much we can get done, like with regards to talking with, like actions for funding requests and things like that midsummer.
We'll move now to continue discussion. Katie and Mark both had their hands up on this item. Still want to talk?
Sure.
All right, do it.
Can we just have reduced breaks? I'd rather just get it over with and fast.
Less breaks or retreat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that was pretty long.
So if it starts on Friday night, would you not want it to go to Sunday? Is that like a general consensus?
Yeah.
Can I get a hand raise?
I prefer if it didn't start on Friday.
Prefer it not to go to Sunday?
Friday night's gonna be optional. It's gonna be like
okay.
a planned activity,
Yeah, sorry,
like
just
kind
'cause I
of
have
fun
work.
thing. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not
So
Saturday.
like
would be
all of
optional.
Saturday is mandatory.
Okay.
As long as you can.
Yeah, as long as you're in the States.
Yeah. Well, as long as.
Okay, continue discussion then on retreat. So right now, the way it's looking is going to be a casual event on Friday night for us all to interact. And then Saturday will be a series of seminars with all 3 meals provided. And at the end of Saturday, another casual activity event, maybe,
Yeah.
probably. And then you're free to go after that. So you don't have to stay Saturday night if you don't want to.
We don't have to stay Saturday night, but we are going to be providing, anyone who needs housing is going to get housing Friday and Saturday nights.
So that's where the event's at right now. Ellen.
I mean, I'm probably gonna sound crazy for saying this, but like I think having Sunday even just for the morning is a good idea because like when you sit there for seminars all day, like you're like burnt by that night, like because you go through so much stuff. So if we want to do any sort of reflection or like recap of the week or like going over to school's goals, I don't think it's the best time to do it on a Saturday night after you've been sitting there all day. I think it's good to take a night, relax, meet for like an hour or 2 over brunch on Sunday morning. Like that's not that much to ask. If you're gonna go home, you're really not gonna leave till Sunday anyways. So like, get together at like 11 o'clock, stay till 12:30, 1 o'clock, and just like recap things. So I think that's kind of important. Like people seem to get the most out of the retreat.
That's
like
what we did.
focusing on. I know that's what we did when
That's
I was like having it. I wasn't here last year for it,
We didn't do it last
so I
year.
don't know. But I feel like that's kind of beneficial and something people should take into consideration.
And we pay for brunch probably too, right?
Yeah, we'll pay for all every single.
We pay for all that shit. Come on. All right, continue discussion. Well, who's gonna watch this video? I'm looking at the camera all day. Every time I make funny faces to Katie, I'm actually looking at the camera. Continue discussion. More items on retreat. This is a serious event. It's gonna be fun. We're not going to spooky town. Katie.
I'm totally good with that, but I just mean like throughout like our day.
Less breaks? So no like half-hour break between each session?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna go like, it's
Okay.
not gonna be a half hour. You'll get like a longer, we can do like a longer lunch break.
Big one.
Yeah.
Would you guys prefer a longer lunch break, like 2-hour lunch break?
Something like, yeah. But
We could do that.
Who was here that went last year? Just raise your hand. So there's a pretty.
We're like,
Hey, Mark, Emily, come on.
Relax.
Let's get it together.
what are we talking about?
Who was at the retreat over the summer? Just put your hand up, so we know. All right, so a lot of you guys haven't really been to it yet, so definitely tell us what you think you would expect out of the retreat. That's also worth discussion points, what you want to get out of it. Ashley.
Would you guys, I know for those who were there last year, would you guys rather sit through presentations or do like kind of activities for the presentations where you would do like a team building activity instead of like just sitting there listening to each one of us present something for a half hour?
John.
I remember my first retreat, so 2 retreats ago. Chris, I think it wasn't Christy, it wasn't Christy. It was someone from Student Life. They orchestrated this activity that was like the town building one. Yeah, I wanted that. That was really fun. But interactive stuff is always better than
I like
That's
it.
what I
PowerPoints.
figured.
Do that.
It was about like socialism.
Yeah.
It's about like learning how. Yeah.
Alright.
Like empathy and all that.
John, what do you got?
I'll give it a go.
say, yeah, activities always trump our.
Cabinet, come on. Mike.
As someone who's never been to this retreat, can we just talk about like what exactly is the not I'm trying to think of a better way to word this, but like what's the point of it? Like what are we trying to accomplish?
Purpose 1 is to introduce new senators, because that's right. It's the first meeting after election period. So introduce new senators to our practices and things we do. So the new sophomore, junior, senior senators. Second is to brainstorm and plan the coming year. So initiatives that the committees want to take, outlook we want to have on budget spending, the way we want to interact with RSOs, and then also third is how we want to approach the new presidential election. So how the Senate wants to get involved with that new direction. Cabinet, anything to add to that? Yeah, those are the 3. John, we got more. Go ahead.
Seniors don't have to do this because they're so you want to finish that one. Devon.
4s and 5s are considered senior senators.
Devon.
So. John.
I've been curious kind of for a while, why do we hold the presidential elections in the fall? It feels like very strange that you have, a spring and then the summer and then a fall term. Like, am I completely off here?
They just follow the like actual presidential elections like in November.
It feels like you lose a ton of momentum over the summer. Like,
Well, it's supposed to be like a year commitment. Mark has some clarification. He used to be on the.
Well, yeah, I mean, because when we talked about that when we redid the Constitution, and like, there's so many factors because like there's obviously like 15 weeks in a semester, and like that week that they do national elections, we determined to like actually be pretty much the only week that it works best because you have like budgeting and like so many other campus-wide events that always happen at the same time every year. The other shift would be to go to the not the calendar year, to go to the academic year, and then you would do them at the end of the spring.
yeah, I feel like end of spring might be.
Yeah, but then it's just the preference of like whether you want to do fully like calendar year or academic year. But like most other organizations on campus do, well, I guess it's most. Yeah, most other organizations do calendar year too. And just like experiences I've seen out of that, it's that you have a nice transition of like the people that were last in office are still around for another semester when the new people are in office. Instead of like seniors graduating and just like handing off the reins and leaving, that leads to a lot of like things can get lost. Just to your point about like losing momentum over the summer, that's just like a thing that like when you're in an organization you have to be up on. So like like they'll meet with the all student life thing that we did where they're like over the summer you should be thinking about what you want to do when you get back, and like it's almost like no time off effort really. But
It's actually probably better for momentum.
Yeah, think about it as like ramping up really, you have a lot of time to prepare.
They're the only positions in the Senate that are meeting over the summer, the cabinet.
Yeah.
So it's actually, I think it's better.
yeah, you reflect on like the last semester and then you like this semester.
Continue discussion then on the retreat.
Good question.
Anything people want to say? Obviously not spooky town, scary town again, right? What's that? You gonna get water? Alright, discussion, anything else? None?
So for these articles in the Astute, what do you guys want to see in general? Like, because I don't know what I'm writing, other than a summary of this meeting and what we did. Like, what do you guys, what would be cool to see in an article in the Astute from the SGA? Anything? Or is this a stupid idea totally and I should trash it?
No, summarize the minutes.
Yeah, when we did it,
Just summarize
I
it.
did it last semester, just like a recap of the meeting.
Yeah,
what
but I'm
happened.
saying, does anybody want to see
Can we
anything
put
else?
like the, you gotta start shooting.
What if you like spotlight a senator too? Like maybe someone,
Or like-
instead of just recapping the minutes every weekend, or every week, why don't you spotlight a senator? Sometimes.
You just write jokes.
Like,
You will read it.
See if anybody catches it.
Throw it in there.
Can I write something ridiculous? And see if anybody reads it all.
Well, the Astute is gonna review the article first before they post it. And they actually
Yeah,
read
see if they
everything.
catch it.
The SGA spent $500,000 on water fountain.
On an industrial site.
Alright, so seeing no more discussion, any more discussion? Matt, that's more, motion closed.
Second.
Alright, all in favor of closing the meeting, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Yeah.